You are listening to the Hello Sport podcast.
Isn't it funny that we're dressed so differently? In Bondi, it was rainy and cold.
I'm shocked that you said it was raining this morning in Bondi.
Pissing with rain.
I went for
Not just a little bit, pissing with rain.
I went for a trot with my wife. A trot, Tom.
Yeah, trot. Well, I'm trotting the Savo.
6 minute pace. Love that. Just all you need.
Just turning the wheels over.
Punters and dribblers, I want to announce it to the world. I think it's important that I just need to be honest and transparent with everyone. I, at the ripe old age of 32, have entered my stretching years. Everything now requires a stretch. I've come to terms with it, Tom. I've been putting it off for too long. And by too long, I mean for 20 years, right? You don't need to stretch when you're a child. Like when you start working out, 13, 14, or like running and shit. Like,
I mean, you stretch. I think you're always told to stretch in like PE and shit in primary
maybe
school.
like 16, 17.
But even in primary school, it's like stretch before you do physical activity.
So the moment you were told to stretch and didn't, to this point, I've arrived officially. Yeah. I can no longer ignore the realities of my situation, Tom, is that if I do anything, and I've been getting a little bit active recently. I've been getting after it, punters and dribblers. I think we all know that. We've seen me on the board. We've seen me swing the club. We've seen me fucking getting after them trots. And I've been ignoring the stretch. I have been. I've been stretching into the event, but I'm not stretching out of it. I'm not doing a stretch that night. I'm not doing a stretch.
Warm down is what you're saying.
But it's not even the warm down, Tom. So I've gone for a run this morning. I'll need a stretch at lunchtime, and I'll need a stretch tonight. Like that's my reality now.
Hell.
Like I won't.
Yeah, right.
But
You're
only because I've really tightened myself up. I've really tightened myself up.
You've atrophied.
So I need a midday stretch. But moving forward, if I'm going to continue to lead an active life, Tom, which I intend to do because it's good for the mind, good for the body, good for the soul. Punters, you look after yourself, punters and dribblers. Don't know if that's like fucking breaking news or anything. Got to look after yourself. And there's a couple of ways to do that. One of those, Tom, at my age, has now become stretching. I'm probably going to need to be a morning and night operator from here on out.
Yep.
Because my lower back's been giving me grief, and it's been a different grief to past grievances in that in the past it's been sore. Now it's just tight. And it's all starting with me hip, mate.
Yep.
I got hip issues.
Now you got hip issues. Are they new?
Tightness everywhere, mate. I'm fucking tight around here like a band.
Yeah.
A band
You
around
see
me.
people that are really loose around there and you're like, how the fuck did you get there? Because even though you're going to be stretching 12 times a day, you'll probably never get loose. It'll just...
Well, I've talked to Josh about this, and he's like, it's like it's like a years long sort of escapade, right?
You mean Josh of Jeff Athletic fame?
Correct, I am. He maintains that he used to be as tight as me, and we've seen him. He's fucking loose now.
He can eat his own ass.
Just seen him do those Jefferson curls, and I'm just eyeballing him stretching out his lower back, and it just looks so glorious.
Yeah.
Like I'm fucking dying for that sort of
relief.
Your
Your Jefferson curl, for those of you that don't know, you're just basically standing up and bending over. You are embarrassing.
Shocking.
Like, I'm pretty flexible, but I'm obviously not in great shape. I'm a bit Gumby like that. I can Jefferson curl with the best of them.
Yeah, you can.
You can't. It looks uncomfortable. It looks weird.
So
listen, I hope
official.
to be honest, I do
official.
stretch, but I don't stretch real. I don't I'm flexible, so I don't need to stretch a lot, but I should stretch more, certainly for the lower back issues. But often I'll just fucking walk out the door and go for a run and then come home, seize up, do it again. I went for a run the other day and my fucking calves were fucked afterwards. Like all in here, like your Achilles lower calf, felt like they were both about to explode on me. I was thinking about this. Do you ever remember, and maybe it was just my school, but like there'd be like parents' days where like some parents would like race each other and shit? Did you ever have stuff like that?
Parents?
Like at carnivals or things like that? Remember
not parents, no.
Where it was like, oh, let's have a parents like...
You're asking for trouble.
Parents touch footy game or parents... And I saw like a couple of times where like a super keen bean dad blows out his fucking Achilles or like does a hammy or some shit, and I'm like, fuck ever doing any of that nonsense, right? Like...
Unless, well, not straight off the pine and into it. Like
the guy looked fit. I remember this but like, as in he didn't look.
If you're active and you stretch a lot, like
I wonder, like, but I guess it's that far explosive. Like if you're trying to sprint, also like relax if you're 45.
Well, sprinting That's different.
Yeah.
Sprinting is like you're asking to fucking blow a hammy out,
Yeah,
bro.
exactly.
Begging, actually, in fact, begging for it. Like, I mean, even when I play OzTag, I wouldn't get above 80% for fear of that.
Oh, really? You play within yourself?
Like, very rarely will I be like top end speed. It's just, you can feel it in the bod that like redlining 100% is you're basically begging on your hands and your knees for something to blow.
Yeah, I've redline, and again, redlining is
When
an
would you have
embarrassing term.
redlined?
As in, like, when you're doing, like, when we're playing cricket, like, if we're playing cricket and you're, like, sprinting for a
redlined.
ball. Yeah, but it doesn't mean I'm not fucked. Like, my redlining, as I was about to say, the word redlining is almost an embarrassing fucking term for what you're doing.
I'm talking, like, running for your life.
Yeah, like sprinting after
Yes.
a ball to try and save a four in a fucking tight game. 100%. Or running between the wicks. Harder because you're wearing pads. But 100%. But I've also then finished the game where both my fucking hammies are fucked. So, like...
Yeah. Well, because I blew up my hammy a couple of years ago, you remember. So I think after that incident, I'm sort of I've toned it back a bit.
I don't have much hammy issues. I've never I think I've properly fucked it once.
Well, mine's fucking sore as shit at the moment.
Yeah, no, mine's like, I don't have that fear of redlining, but that's more probably like something will happen. I'm just not scared of it happening, and then it'll happen.
Well, you should be scared of it, mate. Your shoulder's blowing out. Like, it's starting to happen.
Well, no, it's starting to happen now. I'm scared of my shoulder. I'm scared of now. Like, everything I do is still sore. It feels like it's slightly better, but nowhere near better, but like slightly better than it was. Shout out to the running room.
But
I'm just doing rubber band exercises. But it's a pain in the ass of shoulder.
I'm talking to you 20-year-olds. You fucking fit, hot, virile young bucks down there in the 20s. Like, yeah, you're waking up with anxiety most days because you don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life. But you're waking up with a body that just won't quit on you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Listen here and listen good. You save those years, bruh.
Yeah.
And bralette, because at one point in time, you're not going to be able to come home from a 10K run, sit on the couch all night, then go to bed and wake up fresh as a daisy. You're going to wake up fucked.
And like in places where you don't expect to be in pain, like your feet. You're like, whoa, what the fuck's happening here? My feet are sore. So, you know.
Yeah. It'll come for you. Know that.
But
she coming. But you can stretch your way out of it.
Mate,
you just got to be a little bit more on the fucking ball. That's all I'm saying.
You got to preheat the oven. You know what I mean? You start preheating the oven now.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just whack a chook in.
Well, you could. It's going to take ages.
Well, it's just...
And it'd be kind of gross.
Yeah, it'd be disgusting.
Slowly warms
up.
up.
Slowly? Yeah. No. You got to preheat that oven.
Yeah.
And you've got to cool the oven down.
Yeah, well, exactly. You don't want to go fucking putting your hand in an oven.
And you got to clean your oven.
You got to clean your oven. You do. You got to put the right things in your oven.
You got to look after your oven.
Oven's running well.
That's right.
Daily.
Yeah, you do need it's daily.
It's daily. Daily maintenance.
Daily maintenance of the oven.
Yeah.
AKA the bod. You hearing us?
Anyway, Eddie's a stretcher now, so congratulations.
Thought it was important to get out there, mate.
No, look, I think it was. I think I'd agree with you on that.
Well, it's almost as much for the audience it is for me personally. It's almost just... saying it out loud is I'm drawing a line in the sand officially.
You're a stretcher.
I'm now a stretcher. Not by some deep fucking desire within me, just
necessity.
Pure necessity.
Are you still going to leave your shoes around the office for everyone to trip over, or are you going to put them back on after you stretch? Because you almost fucking killed me yesterday. And again, your clumsiness, mate. Slip over, break a hip.
There's more in this fucking office that'll trip you up than a pair of shoes, mate.
Yeah, but I know those things now. I keep my eye
out. Well,
for
you now know I'm a stretcher.
Yeah, but your shoes could be anywhere. I know where these fucking cords are that Tobler does his best to keep tidy.
You now know I'm a stretcher, mate. It is what it is.
Listen, I mean, I'm just grateful that Tobler does such a good job of keeping these cords under wraps.
Fire hazard, I think, was the term used.
Yeah. Dribbles saw the fire hazard. Then SEN come in here and we do the live streams. Shout out to our good friends at SEN. And I don't think I've ever seen cords better kept.
I tell you what I liked about that cord work out of our friends at SEN is that not only were the cords taped, but they were
tight and taped. You couldn't trip over them even if you wanted to.
No, you couldn't.
You could have booted them and you couldn't trip over.
Tightness and tapeness, and it was just the two T's coming together perfectly. Fucking terrific.
What would it require, Dave and Tobler and Dave, for us to have tight cords around this office? Do we need more cords? Do we need like
You
cords
need multiples. You need them running, and you just have them set up because it's the
because there's like there's shit you can put over the cords. So like there's like
the boards.
Yeah, like those plastic boards.
Ones you see at festivals.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe if we could like pull up the floorboards and then get the cables running underneath so they pop out of the floor.
Could we have them Could we have them
great.
permanently taped and just get more cords?
Well, we could, but I feel like even with taping, that's not a permanent solution. Tape comes off, people kick tapes.
So that means you'd have to maybe like do some maintenance, some running maintenance, and just tape them down again.
Yeah,
or we could get those little board things.
We'd have to have a high tape budget or board budget.
We could get the boards.
Oh, there's budget for tape, mate.
Yeah, mate, we keep money aside for tape.
Yeah, there's an emergency fund for tape. Yeah. Tape fund.
What about the boards?
Board fund too.
What boards?
Well, the boards
like
we're
the
talking about the ones
festival
at festivals.
Yeah, like the little tiny
I think you got to tape them down too.
Fucking
everything. How would they stay? How would they keep stuck to the ground, Tom?
A bit of suction.
You reckon a bit of succo? Bit of gluck stuff.
Oof. Okay. Paul Gallen got in a punch on. Friend of the show, Paul Gallen.
Yeah.
Got in a punch on.
Friend of the show, friend of the state.
Yeah.
An absolute warrior. Gave his heart and his soul to the state in our time of need. Got a dub. 2013, 2014, can't remember. Fucking terrific. Obviously won a premiership. An absolute stallion of the game.
Any other stats of his you want to mention?
Well, I don't know how many games he played, Tom, but he played a lot.
How many you reckon?
326.
I'll say 332.
Are we talking overall, just NRL?
We're talking NRL, mate.
Just NRL games. He played 348.
Fuck. Well, I win, but
there was one stat that I don't think you mentioned. Paul Gallen has lost more NRL games than any other player.
Is that right?
Yeah.
He played for some fucking shit teams, as in like
shit sharks teams. Yeah,
within the club. Some real shockers, some real stinkers.
More than any other player. That's fucked. And Cam Smith, I imagine, the most winning player of all time.
The winningest?
Probably.
Winningest?
Well,
what about
there
Cooper?
could be some like Dragons players when they had that 10-year streak of winning the premiership.
Were they playing 26 rounds of rugby league
I tell you
football?
what, Cooper would may well be close.
He might, but Cam played 400 games.
Did Cooper play like 360?
Yeah, he's the most capped halfback.
No, he couldn't have because it was only 2 seasons without him. There's no way.
No.
There's no way.
No. Yeah, Cam Smith. Cam Smith took the record in 2017. That's when
he took it off Darren?
Yeah, off Darren, 238 career wins.
Bit of rugby league stat about ya.
Thanks, mate. Anyway, Paul Gallen.
Gallen, punch on, video drop yesterday. Gal's a good man, but the video is the video, and it's a fucking rugby league off-season scandal, and it looked...
Dripping in Men's Women's Weekly.
Yeah, mate, it's good stuff. Look, it's
What's that term? The watermark?
Daily Mail on it. I don't think it was Daily Telegraph. It was Daily Mail.
Yeah, Daily.
Anyway, the video is... There's a couple of videos. The first one I saw was just of him getting blood wiped off his face. Some guy filming, talking shit, and then Gal turns around to... chase after him, and that's where the video ends. But the main one, also another friend of the show, Mark Levy, I used to work with, who's in there. They worked together at 2GB. Yeah. Continuous call team.
Yep.
Saw someone leave a comment, continuous brawl team. Thought that was funny.
That was pretty good.
But yeah, can we watch the proper video and then we'll get to that one that...
Well, that's the one I've seen. What's the proper one?
No, because Roasty's edited this one just to every time Levy said enough.
Oh,
because he's trying to get him to fucking stop.
Yeah. It's in the WhatsApp.
Thinks he's mad.
Yeah. Seen this video?
Yeah.
Stop it! Enough! Yeah, stop! Hey, enough! Stop! Get over! Bye! Hey, stop! Stop! Get out! Stop! Enough! Enough! Hey, enough!
Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, he's bleeding everywhere.
Fucking hell.
Fucking hell is right, Tom. Now, a keen ear may well have picked up in that video a stop your mates.
Yeah, it's your mates. Which, if that is the case, this is one of the more play-on off-season scandals ever. It's just a couple of fellas.
If it's just a couple of boys who have got into a bit of a brouhaha, Tom, bit of an off-season stink, that may well have started as a wrestle, I think that's probably worth keeping in mind.
Yep.
Sometimes the wrestle can deteriorate.
We've
seen
been
it
there
happen.
ourselves.
We've seen it happen. You and I have never come to blows.
No, we
Tom,
haven't. We haven't.
But I'm not shocked that Gal has.
Well, Gal's a blows sort of guy.
He's a blow guy. He just is.
He says he didn't throw a punch.
Well, there you go. If he didn't throw a punch, what we've got on our hands is an old-fashioned wrestle that's probably gone a little bit too far. We all know the line. You can sort of tell the energy will change. The smell changes. Tom, you wouldn't get that. But
No, but I get the...
You can tell. You can tell. The intensity just changes a little bit, and then you let it go on, and then if it's sort of deteriorating further, you might just call things. It takes a lot of strong men and a lot of yelling to get Gal to fucking
A lot of yelling.
stop, though.
Well, because he's a fucking animal as well. Like, you want to try and stop Gal? Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, let me ask you this. You're driving down a highway doing 100 kilometres an hour, right? In a Toyota Echo. Stop that fucker on a dime. But if you're in a Mack truck, you need half a K. You know what I mean? Like, that's the difference.
That's a great point.
It's the difference.
All right, that is the difference. Gal
Payload.
Payload. We're talking payloads here, punters and dribblers. And
Gal's all payload.
Gal is all payload. He's always been all payload. And what you got there is 5 kilometres worth of blokes just trying to slow down that payload.
You got payload coming out the fucking wazoo, punters and dribblers, and you need 5 or 6 big, strong, honest blokes trying to pull this thing back.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah, that's all that was.
That's all it is.
I want to know how he got cut, though. Because you're hearing glass smash as well.
Because there's tables there. You could hit your head on the edge. There's glasses falling off the table. It's like there's a million ways in which that can happen.
The pub looked pretty fucking empty.
But you're hearing glasses break, so I reckon they're on the table as in, like...
I'm trying to see who he's even fucking going at. Like,
I think the bloke's off camera.
so we're saying here, Gal isn't fighting anyone
I don't
there.
think he's fighting anyone necessarily.
I think he has to be. I can only... Unless he's trying to fight himself.
Start it again.
I can't see...
So he turns and looks.
This I feel like
looks, but then it cuts.
No, he punches this dude. The
guy in
the
the
red
hat?
face.
that big guy there. We reckon it's him.
He has a swing at the big dude with the red face there.
He's fucking going for it, his Gal. Look, he looks like he might have a rugby league skinful on board as well.
I don't think there's any...
He says he doesn't throw a punch, though. Can we go back and just see that? Because it sort of looks like he does. Slow-mo it.
It might be the big
there
fella.
was a punch.
Definitely throwing punches.
It might be the
There
big
was-
fella with the red face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's who it is.
Now,
Who's got a fair bit of payload on him too.
no, it's all. This video is payload central, right? Everyone's got payload on. You good luck stopping any of these cunts. A lot of jeans in the video.
Some jorts
Have you
as well.
seen more denim in a fucking video in your life? Was it International Denim Day yesterday? What is it doing?
They look like a gang. They've all got black shirts and denim pants or shorts. Jorts.
Listen,
Maybe this was a jorts convention gone wrong.
there's 3 or 4 sets of jorts in there. The
Yeah.
rest of the blokes are in denim.
Denim pants.
No one in this video is not wearing denim.
It's a fucking ode to denim.
It might have been denim night.
Yeah, yeah.
And we know what happens at denim night.
Oh well,
denim.
anything can happen.
Anything
at
can happen
denim
at
night.
denim night. But typically you'll have a couple of rums.
Yeah.
Like, they've all got their best denim on. This
Yeah.
is unbelievable.
Gal might be
and
the
they're
only
all
one-
wearing black or navy shirts.
Gal, the only one not in denim, it might seem, and maybe that's why they're flogging him.
Is he not in denim? Start the video again. Well, that's what's happened. Everyone's in black shirts. Is he in denim?
Is he? I don't think
I
he's
think
in
that's
denim.
him in the white pants.
He's in white pants there,
Oh,
dude.
that's why.
That's what it is.
Oh, God. There must have been. We knew there was a reason, Tom.
Yeah, and I'm starting to think Gal deserved it. If you show up to a denim night not in denim, like what do you expect's going to happen?
We're asking for trouble.
So much denim in
You're
that
asking
video.
for trouble.
Oh, there's a guy in some. They look like they're still jeans.
Yeah, but
shorts,
these
though.
blokes have come in from elsewhere.
Yeah, that's true. They're not a part of.
They're not part of the denim
congregation.
convention, no. So you're suggesting, Tom, and I think based on the footage, rightly so, that gals rocked up to a denim sort of meet-up, a convention.
With no denim on.
And therein lies the trouble.
Yeah. Now, I'd love to know, like, these videos, the video doesn't show anything pre-denim scuffle. I would like to know, maybe there was someone lip it up to gal. You know what I mean? Where's your denim, you fucking
Where's your
loser?
denim, you fucking gimp?
So maybe he was provoked. Now, again, you maybe were doing the provoking by not wearing denim, but was someone provoking gal? Because, again, payload, right?
Or has a bloke all payload with a rugby league skinful on, an off-season skinful, started to provoke denim wearers? What are you fucking gimps looking at?
Nice jorts.
Nice jorts, bruh.
Maybe.
Gallen, he has made some comments. They don't shed too much light on things. At first, he was asked about the incident on Tuesday, and he said, "I don't know what you're talking about." He was told there was.
I love that. I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, just tonight till you die until it's very obvious.
What are those cuts on your eye?
Well, until there's a video.
Yeah, I'm a boxer, mate. I cut my eyes all the time. Oh, is a video out? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's essentially what happened next. He said there was. He was told there was footage of the brawl. He said, "No worries. What are the witnesses saying happened?" And then after the video was published, he said this. He said, "I was involved in an altercation with patrons at the Shoalhaven Heads Hotel last Friday night. The patrons were unknown to me or the group that I was with. The video circulating online does not accurately depict the full set of circumstances, which included me being struck first." He said, "While I did not throw any punches in retaliation, I apologize to the owners of the hotel and the other patrons for the incident."
Can I just say something? Are we shocked that there was a denim convention at the Shoalhaven Heads
No, we're not.
Hotel?
No, the home of denim.
Welcome to Denim Country. Can you check that's not on the sign as you come into Shoalhaven?
Yeah. You're in denim country.
Oh, shout out to Denim.
Yeah. And listen, again, I don't know if Gal's watched the video. I reiterate, Gal's a good man. He's been on the podcast. Looks like he's thrown a couple of punches in the footage. Now, there's a lot going on there.
Listen, it could have been a bad edit.
It could have been a bad edit, an unfavourable edit. It could be AI. We don't know what the fuck's
No, we
going
don't
on.
know for sure.
But it does look like he throws a couple. Whatever. I think it's play on.
I'm not too concerned about
I'd love to
this
see him maybe in like the head of the denim gang, whatever the fuck they're called, the denim cheros, going like,
Well, you want to see him break bread.
I need to see him break bread.
Yeah, a la Willie Mason.
A la Willie Mason, a la Bra Boys and the Comancheros after the Cronulla riots.
That sort of thing.
That sort of stuff. I'd like to see.
Maybe dress Gal in a nice jort for the occasion.
Well, that would absolutely be what he'd have to do. He'd have to wear jorts, maybe even a fucking denim vest. He'd have to go all out.
Yep.
Maybe that Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears look.
The Canadian tuxedo.
The Canadian tux.
We love that.
Go in there and, really make a statement that he's trying to right wrongs.
I think that's a nice idea. I think you smooth things over pretty quickly, and I think it's obviously a nod then to Denim Country, Shoalhaven Heads.
Yeah.
If you were to walk back into the hotel with a pair of jorts on, a fine pair of jorts at that time, I think everything's forgotten.
Put up
pretty
a
quickly.
flag. I'm here. I'm in denim. We're all good.
You'll actually see denim flags flapping.
Yeah, no, I think that's the official flag of the Shoalhaven.
That's correct.
It's a denim flag.
Just denim. That's right. Yeah, a darker denim.
Yeah.
too. Not what you.
Not denim I'm wearing. I'd get bashed if I was denim.
Oh no, they don't look favourably on that.
No,
that
light
coloured
denim. No, it's got to be that dark, that rich blue denim.
And shout out to the listeners who are listening to this in denim jorts right now.
Shout out to you guys.
I think that's powerful stuff.
We are brought to you, punters and dribblers, as always, by our good friends at Ned's. Shout out to them. Follow along on the profiles tab on Ned's. Obviously, we've got the private group there, about even. Entry code Dribbler. where we all sort of will share bets and shit over the weekend. But the profiles is a new thing they're launching. You can go on there. You can see what we're betting on. You can follow along. It's a nice and new way to engage.
That's right, Tom. How many times in life are you given the opportunity to follow your heroes? Think about that.
Now, I mean, some may say, listen, you can follow them on Instagram, you can follow them on Facebook, you can follow them on Twitter.
But not like this.
But not
Not like this.
your punting heroes.
Not your punting heroes.
You've never been able to follow your punting heroes. Well, now you can.
Now you can.
All on the Neds app, punters and dribblers. And it's a bit of fun. You know, it's also like it's a bit of accountability. I'll tell you that, because
Lot of red in there lately.
yeah.
But there'll be green eventually.
Yeah, of course.
That
it
we
will.
do know.
That we do know.
Thank you, Neds.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the website.
Did you go trick-or-treating last night, Tom?
I didn't. Evie did. And it was... she's like... There's like a kid in her class who... There's like a few kids in her class that she's like, you know, like, I don't know if they're like the cool kids or some shit, but she's like, loves them. And I think she bumped into it like the local, at like the North Bondi, like kiddie pool with Steph. And then, you know, all the mums are chatting and she's like, oh, we're going trick-or-treating the next week. So then Evie just would not shut the fuck up about trick-or-treating with her friends from school for like just, I think it's maybe like 2 weeks she's been talking about it. And then on the day, Steph was like, oh, I haven't heard from whatever the kid's mum is. And I'm like thinking, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, if Evie doesn't go trick-or-treating with these kids, she's going to be, like, heartbroken. It's, like, the first time I've really been super invested in something like this where I'm like, we need to find these fucking parents and get them, like, work out what the hell's going on. Anyway, Steph, obviously, much more capable than I, found it, like, it was all good, and they went, and...
How would you attack that?
Well, I just would have fucking... I either would have called the school and said, can I have this person's number? But I was like, I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. Or I would have gone when I picked her up from school and just waited there until the fucking parents came for the kid.
Smart.
Like, yo, what are we doing?
Smart footy.
Yeah, smart footy from a dumb guy. Anyway, they went out and Steph was just sending me photos, but Evie was like fucking jacked. She said it was the best day of her life. Yeah, dressed as Snow White.
Shit.
Yeah, walking around.
Best
the
day
best
of
day of
her
her
life.
life. And at 3.5, it may well have been.
Well, it'd have to be right up there. Well, her words not.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I mean, you got to take it.
You got to take her to word.
That's right. Lucky she kept you away from the hall. I think that was smart. You
Well,
didn't go
mate, I'm
looking
off.
for it.
I'm off all sugar, so that's fine. And all sugar that I'm aware of. Obviously, if there's incidental sugar, I can't help it. But you know, she came home and she was like lollipopped out the ass, Skittles, all this stuff. I'm like,
You're over. You're done, are you?
oh, mate, I say this shit all the time. I'll have a fucking chocolate today. No, I wasn't going to eat a fucking trick-or-treat lollies.
No.
You know, that'd be a little fucked up. Tell what I did do. This is something funny. It's not like I haven't been keeping it from everyone. So we had Zoe's birthday a couple of weeks ago. And Steph made like lolly bags for all the kids and shit. Every single one of them, almost to a T, forgot to take their lolly bags home. I, late night, maybe had a gummy on board, maybe in the midst of 18 holes at fucking, you know, I don't know where, but I'm trying to beat
Pebble
Colin.
Beach or something?
Yeah, trying to beat Colin Morikawa.
Can play.
Kid can play, and I find 7 or 8 lolly bags in the cupboard. Let's just say they don't have any lollies in them anymore.
They're just bags.
They're just bags with like slinkies and shit. But that was before I made my decision.
Have you been caught?
No, Steph, if you're listening.
So the jig's not up.
But I mean, what the fuck are they going to do? Just sit there until the next birthday?
Well, I'm just talking more about your wife's shame.
Yeah, looking at me and going like, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, that's where I'm angry.
Yes. No, she hasn't seen him yet. I may as well just throw them all out. She won't even know. She'll be none the wiser. But again, that was pre-New Testament Tom, who's
Just a different beast.
just, it's incredible. You know, it's incredible. And this all started Monday after my doctor told me I need to fucking get my shit together. So,
Is that what the doctor told
no.
you?
I just had blood tests. He's like, okay, you know, everything's good, but like,
Oh,
you know,
is there Were there issues?
No, there's literally no issues. He's just like, you don't want to get high cholesterol. You don't want to fucking, but he's otherwise like, oh, everything looks pretty good here, but get it together.
Right.
So
there's like some alarming trends?
alarming, again, I don't want to say alarming because that sounds alarming.
Are there some trends?
Trending in the wrong directions. So, you know, you go, righto, Doc. Thanks for that. Appreciate the call.
So what were Doc's biggest concerns?
Oh, well, he's just like, mate, your cholesterol is in a position where if it goes up any higher.
You're in the top percentile sort of stuff?
I didn't talk percentiles.
Did he talk bands?
Didn't talk bands, didn't talk, as in lap band surgery. No, but he was
I'm talking like band 6, band 5. Sort of
like UAI sort of stuff,
Yeah.
ATAR work.
Yeah.
No, he just said, listen, we got to bring those numbers down. Those aren't good numbers. Or don't let him get up.
Right.
So Daddy goes,
Fork
yes,
in the road
sir.
sort of stuff.
Fork in the road. Which way are you going to go? You're going to go burgers or you're going to go oats for breakfast?
Smoothies or
Thick
Macca's?
shakes.
Thick shakes,
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah.
I've been getting into my smoothies lately. Just a great way to get
Everything you need.
everything in.
Everything you need.
Well, you know, you got rolled oats in there. You got fucking banana in there. You can put spinach leaves in there if you want. You've got coconut milk in there. You got a little bit of almond butter if you want. Fucking terrific. Kefir apparently is good.
Kefir.
For
Kefir.
Kefir.
I don't know if that's how you
Is
say
it?
I don't know. I've just seen it.
Jeez, I don't roll my tongue much.
Nah, you got to roll the tongue. Is that because are you tongue tied?
What's that mean?
Where you're at connection, some people are tongue tied. You've heard the term tongue tied.
Yes, I have.
It's where that connection is like way further forward, so their tongue is actually like can barely move.
Oh no, I can roll it, but I don't. It's just we don't do a whole lot of rolling in the English language, do we?
No, we don't.
You know, there's some languages that are quite
That's,
rolling.
you know, well, they're like your Spanish quite rolly. It's
French pretty
French
rolly.
should be rolly.
Middle Eastern, is it rolling?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
a lot of the Arabic language.
Arabic languages are quite
rolly.
rolly, aren't they?
I feel like a fraud anytime I roll. Put it that way.
Okay, we just don't roll.
No,
we're not.
don't.
We're just not a rolling people.
But I like it. But I feel like a fraud when I do it.
because it's
I feel self-conscious.
100%, 100%.
Kefir.
Because it's foreign.
Yeah.
Kefir.
And I don't even know if that's how you say it. That was me just
No.
trying to roll for the sake
Yeah.
of rolling. An impression roll, if you will.
Yep. Shout to blenders.
Shout out to blenders. But see, the problem with the smoothie is, well, I
They're
don't know if the
delicious.
problem-
Oh, frozen berries in there too.
Yeah. I'm just sort of, I think I'd then get into like the potential, like I'll just put too much shit in there. Now, like, you know what I mean?
Everything
I'm
I'm
like,
putting in there is perfect.
are you measuring how much to put in?
I vibe it. Well,
so that's my point.
No,
If I vibe it, I'm in
measure.
huge trouble.
I measure the coconut milk so that that's like a consistent level of liquid. That's not vibed. Everything else is vibed. Oh, well, and then one banana is one banana, right? You know,
Correct.
if I get a bigger one than the day before, so be it.
Of course, but I'm like, one banana, how many berries?
You
How
can
much-
you could measure it if you wanted, Tom. That would keep you accountable.
I know, but I could not be fucked. So all I'll do is just eat porridge. Just there you go. 1 cup, bang. Not even.
Yeah, but look at the nutrients I'm getting in, mate. Look at the fucking
Yeah,
nutrients.
but
I'm
working actually on a new thing to get all the nutrients I need.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, well, so are you.
Correct.
So you know what I mean? So like,
Yeah. It's like a smoothie without having to make
without having to go fucking bit of this, bit of that, bit of that.
Correct.
Like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
I don't technically
game
need
changer
to.
sort of stuff.
Yeah, well, that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
They're saying.
That's what, approvables are saying.
They're saying, well, that's all that's like TGA's calling it.
What the TGA's saying.
It's just TGA.
TGA's saying it's a game
TGA's
changer.
saying game changer. TGA's saying.
Not our words, TGA's.
TGA's saying February 1, 2024. Keep your eyes
TGA February 1. TGA saying.
Dribbling New Year. Keep your eyes peeled.
TGA saying the game's changed. That's what the TGA's
That's
saying.
them allegedly, not
But
us.
for now, Smoothie's getting the job done.
Yep.
Getting the job done.
Getting the job done. I don't know.
Shout out to Eddy Rose for the
Shout out
best
to Eddy
day of her
Rose,
entire
best day of her
life.
life, Halloween. Before we go on, Eddie, I just wanted to touch on again the Archie Gray charity cricket game that is taking place on the 15th of November. Pratton Park, Ashfield, Western Suburbs v Manly. Archie, a young fella, sadly lost his battle with brain cancer last year, 17, talented cricketer. And his old man, Andrew, is putting on a charity cricket day. All the money goes to the Mark Hughes Foundation, brain cancer, obviously very fucked, as we know. And it's a very sad story, but trying to make the best of a bad situation and raise some funds for the Mark Hughes Foundation. Just obviously it's West v Manly. Now my phone's gonna fuck me every time I try and get this list up, but there is some halftime celebrities. I think it's like a celebrity cricket game, maybe at halftime, but halftime hitters. Let me just go through a couple of these fucking names that are going to be there on the day. We will be there as well. We couldn't. We'll be making it at some stage. Unfortunately, we were otherwise obligated to do something else before this at the very start of it. We were going to be more involved. But you ever heard of Steve Menzies, Ed?
Beaver?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, you mean fucking one of the greatest try scorers of all time.
Yeah,
Mark Hughes, obviously. Billy Peden. Michael Hooper of fucking Put 'em Up Eddie Jones fame.
Of poor role model for the team.
The bad role model, Michael Hooper's going to be there. Reed Marnie. He's number 9.
Big fan of Reed.
Big fan of Reed, friend of the show. Now, I've never heard of this guy, but you may have. Ned Brockman?
Double D Ned?
It's a double D Ned.
Double N?
Yeah, there is double N. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, ran across country, they're saying.
No.
Chalky milk stuff.
No.
Aiden Caesar. Appy.
Pat
Welcome
Richards.
back.
Welcome back to the area, Appy.
Pat Richards, Conor McGregor's mate.
Best mate. Isn't he family now?
Family.
I think he might have married in.
Jaden Sullivan.
Fucking hell, quite a list.
Quite a list. And then they've actually got yours and my name on there as well, but they've spelt your name with an IE. Wrecked.
Well, that's not me then.
Wrecked.
It must be someone else.
Maybe it is. Maybe it's a different one. Well, fuck. But that is on the 15th of November, Pratton Park. What time does it start? Let me get that up real quick. I think it kicks off at like 5:30. 5:30. It's going to be also available to watch on KO. And you can donate as well, obviously, Mark Hughes Foundation. So just wanted to give that a little shout out.
Nice.
Shout out to Andrew as well, Archie's dad. That's a fucking hectic thing to have to do, but it's also an awesome thing to be doing off the back of it. Punters, Dribblers, we've got to alert you on some shocking news, some shocking developments overnight that have been brought to our attention. Now, you will remember if you listened to Monday's podcast that there was a great deal of hullabaloo and celebration for one Tom Quigley.
Yes.
Who went above and beyond the call of duty to erect a statue in the name of one Edward Simpson to my right at the entrance to Dubbo, home of Eddie Simpson. Now, I don't know if the fucking bigwig fat cats, corporate fat cats in Dubbo listen. They must. But a video that got sent to us this morning would indicate that the sign has already been removed.
Which is devastating. Now, I haven't run over the video footage with a fine-tooth comb. It may well be worth doing that now, Dave, just to confirm that we haven't got multiple signs on our hands.
Are there
here.
multiple entrances to Dubbo with,
Yes.
with fucking fluoro rhinos or whatever they were?
I think it's safe to assume there is. So we need to compare the footage.
Yeah.
But early signs not good.
Shout out to Jess who sent us the video.
Yep. So there's that. That's the video of it gone. Yep. Now let's get the video of it.
Is that the sign on the ground in front of it? Someone's pulled it down?
Oh, it could be.
Get fucked. Or have they angle grinded it out of the ground? Did they concrete it in? Have they angle grinded that from the base?
Well, just cut it down.
Just cut it.
Well, I mean, you could have cut it or pulled it. I mean, why would it be angle grinded?
If it's cemented into the ground,
But why would you leave it there?
they've cut it off at the base.
And it's just fallen down.
That's not falling down. That's the bottom of it. Maybe that's concrete.
No, but see, if you think about...
So no. So where are the legs?
I would say the legs are those two bits going backwards and the sign has just fallen forward.
So you see those two little stumps out of the ground? I think that's the bottom of the legs and they've angle grinded off, and below that is like concrete potentially showing.
Now that's potential, but can we go back to the photo that we had and let's have a look at the base from the photo?
Well, the video gives you more of a close-up here.
I see there's no concrete down there, buddy.
Unless it's under the mulch.
Yeah, but like,
But yeah, they might have removed the mulch and cut it off at the base.
okay, sure. That's a lot of things that you're asking for me to accept.
Well,
because you could just have
no,
it
no,
being
no, no,
fucking
no, no,
pulled
no.
forward.
But you're not listening to me, Tom.
Am
Go
I
back
not?
to the other video. If it's pulled forward, as you suggest, where are the legs?
Facing backwards, so it's just about.
No. There's
I
not enough
agree with
room
Tom.
there.
You agree with me?
I
right?
agree with you. You can see the two legs of the two.
The two legs of those two
things.
knobs, and they're pointing back. You just from the angle, you don't have a top down to see where the legs are going, and then you've got that flat bit. I think that is it.
I don't reckon there's enough room.
I do.
So you reckon it's just been pulled forward?
Yeah.
Could have just blown over.
Blown over? I would have hoped it was cemented in.
Maybe it wasn't fucking put in that well.
Tom
Because I mean, if they just fucking ripped it down,
just pulled it forward.
but I mean, what I'm saying is, if someone came to get rid of it, then wouldn't you have thought that they would take it with them? Could this be someone in Dubbo who's got an axe to grind with you? Is there someone who's maybe not happy about you being the fucking face of Dubbo?
Home of Eddie Simpson, potentially.
Would it be someone from Thirsty Merc who's maybe
Are they
upset
from
that
Dubbo?
they-
So you didn't
that
even
they don't
know
have a
that.
sign?
Ray Thistlethwaite, fucking.
Yeah, Thirsty Merc, one of Dubbo's great exports.
Well, is Thistlethwaite got a beef? Is he starting beef?
I certainly hope not. I would have thought that would be, taking it a tad too far. At no point have we disrespected the great and the powerful Thirsty Merc.
No, we haven't. Take me back.
All Tim Quigley is saying Tom Quigley is that this is the home of Eddie Simpson. It's also the home of many other people, but it is my home.
Yeah, it is. It is.
There's no point denying it.
I think your sign may have just fallen forward. If that's wind blown, Tom Quigley has got a lot to answer for in terms of his ability to put a sign.
Listen, if this hasn't been cemented in, which I obviously assumed had been, pretty disappointed.
I thought maybe just been hammered in.
Well,
Stay.
I would have at least dig holes and do it properly. Even if you don't fill the holes with cement, it should have been put in. If that's just blown over or just been pulled forward,
I think.
we need who's
it's
out
been-
in Dubbo. We need someone to go and have a look.
Yeah, is there someone that we could do it while we're on the podcast? Have we got Tom Quigley's number? Can you DM him?
Yeah.
I'll see if I've got him on the ground.
We might have to get on the blow to the old man.
Yeah, is he? What's he doing today?
He might be out of town. I can ask.
Dude, go suss him. Suss that man.
I'll call him now. The old boy's in Mudgee, but he's coming home soon, and he actually will come from this direction.
Okay,
so
perfect.
this is good.
This is what we need. He's on the job. We
He's
got
on
the
the-
best man on the job.
We've got the best man on the job. He's going to film it too, and we're gonna get to the bottom of this issue.
Yeah, and even if once we finish up here, we just as we're milling around the Hello Sports Centre of Excellence, we'll jump back on and record once we've.
Well, yeah, the old man reckons it will be more like 2:30. Listen, it's an option. If Tom Quigley can get there earlier.
If Tom Quigley can get there earlier, then Tom Quigley can get there earlier. We'll just have to play this one by ear. Which we're
But no, listen, we're all over it.
we're all over it. Don't worry about that. But we're fucking.
Because I would be upset if my sign has been up for 24 hours and has blown over already.
Like,
I mean,
what's the weather been like in Dubbo? You should ask the old man that.
You want me to call him back? He's at a job, so
No,
I
no,
don't really want to call him
no.
back.
I'm not saying call him. I'm saying you should ask.
I should have, yeah.
He's at a job. Just quickly again, what's the weather been like the last fucking 4 days?
Maybe Dave can tell us. Last 24 hours in Dubbo.
Yeah.
48.
So Tuesday, wind was at 25 kilometers an hour for a lot of Tuesday.
I don't know what wind. I'd like to know my winds better.
I don't know me wins.
And what I mean by that, Tom,
Directions?
wind direction's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about fucking kilometers an hour. So if you're gonna, can you Google this, Dave? If I've got a 20 kilometer hour wind, what's that feel like? What's a 50 kilometer hour wind feel like? 100 kilometer hour winds.
Yeah, right. Whereas like you can get probably to within a couple of degrees on a temperature.
But I'm saying, what's 10 kilometer hour winds feel like outside? Is it just?
That's what I'm saying though. But on a day you can go, it's probably around like 25.
Yeah, and you're pretty cherry.
You're
right?
pretty right, but you can't. You're not like, that wind feels like 10 k's.
Yeah, so what it says here, 10 to 19 kilometer an hour wind, leaves will rustle and you'll feel a breeze on your face. Situation pretty normal. 20 to 29 kilometre an hour winds, strong enough to straighten flying flags and shake small tree branches. Expect dust and loose paper garbage to be flying around in the air.
So some pricks pulled this down, unless it was fucking sitting on the top of the mulch. Because we haven't had strong enough winds.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, so then who the fuck's pulling it down and just leaving it there?
We'll be getting to the bottom of this, Tom. Don't you worry. Keep going with these wind explanations. I just want to try and commit it to memory.
Yeah, so 30 to 39 kilometres an hour, small trees start to sway.
Autistic.
40 to 50 kilometres an hour, strong enough to break umbrellas and move large tree branches.
Yeah.
51 to 62, walking will be tough or incredibly easy if you're going in the same direction.
Right, so
Then-
50 up, you're starting to get pretty hairy.
Yeah, 63 to 74, strong enough to send large, loose objects like garbage cans and patio furniture flying. Tree limbs can break and cars can veer off the road.
Fair income.
So when you see those hurricanes, it's like 100
What's a
miles an hour.
hurricane wind? Or cyclone, if we want to use the southern hemisphere version.
Yeah, cyclone winds. So it says the most powerful gusts can exceed 280 kilometers an hour. That's like the fullest, most hectic cyclone. But
So you're off.
yeah, 90
See you later,
kilometers.
son.
I think 90 kilometers an hour around there is the kind of base level for a
Right,
cyclone.
okay. There you go. Thank you, Dave.
Fuck, that's fast.
It's good to know.
Yeah, it is.
It's good to know.
No, it's mate. It's good to know your wins.
Got to know your wins. Listen, this is an evolving situation, punters and dribblers.
Yep.
I think
A
that
developing story.
it's a developing story, that's right. Tom Quigley also given some indication, at least in the P's and D's, that the Don Bradman sign might be getting a friend, which I think is a nice touch.
Yeah, it is. It is. Listen, I hope that my hometown will be a little more generous in the way they treat my
Well,
son.
I will say
If
this,
and when
though.
the sign goes
I will
up.
say this.
Hopefully he does a better job.
I will say this. If my old man reports back his findings and this thing wasn't even fucking dug in, big problem.
Huge. Huge.
Big problem. He won't be halfway towards a baggy grand. He'll be halfway to fucking nowhere. I'll give you that tip.
Well, listen, you give him an opportunity though, wouldn't you? Try and fix his to right the wrongs.
Of course. But I'd need cement.
Breaking news. We've had to come back on here. We pre-record these Thursdays on a Wednesday, and this is breaking news. Photographic confirmation. Nathan Cleary, Mary Fowler. Not on the screen.
Was dropped away. Listen, there was a lot of people out there that thought we were talking shit. Mm-hmm. And what's most disappointing, Tom, is that people out there, A, thought we were talking shit, but B, haven't reached out with flowers, chocolates, wine,
Yeah.
tequila.
Well done.
You know, well done, congratulations, apologies, right? Sorry that you're so fucking dialed in. Sorry that you've got your
Let's
your
just go
fingers
back
all
up
over
to the top,
pulse.
Dave. We'll go through his photo by photo. Yeah, and like, sorry we doubted you, whoever that chick was from Pedestrian, who's like, once I saw Hello Sport talked about it,
Yeah.
I knew it was bullshit.
Well, can I tell you something? Once I see Pedestrian TV, I know it's utter crap.
Yep.
So there you go. sweetheart.
respectfully. So unless she wants to walk that back and say like Hello Sport.
Listen, flowers, pleasantries,
Yep.
you know, tequila.
Now, mainly tequila. The shot we're seeing here is obviously it's Nathan lying on the grass, Mary off the back of I don't know how many goals she scored. She scored a fucking good one off the back of the Matildas Heroics, laying on his shirtless chest. Now I'll tell you what, looking at his shoulders, they wouldn't get injured like mine.
No, they wouldn't, Tom. He hasn't got a rotator cuff issue there.
He's got a lot of rotator cuff though.
He's all rotator cuff.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that rotator cuff.
Look at that thing.
That thing won't stop rotating.
No, that thing could just keep going.
That'll go all day.
Yeah.
That's perpetual motion, that rotator cuff.
Yeah, I like this is them in WA, and listen, obviously, shout out to the unstoppable fucking paparazzi out there who, even in a nice personal moment shared by Nathan and Mary, they thought they were escaping the limelight in WA.
Or did they?
Or did they?
Or did they? Can I tell you something? First cab off the rank. This is top photo that we're eyeballing here, Tom.
Yep.
Nathan looks smitten. with his baby girl.
He does. They both look smitten. I mean, they don't see each other often.
But
he's
looking down lovingly there.
He is. That's also a positional thing, though. It'll be hard for her. But is that friendship bracelets? Is that like they're both wearing like the same matching bracelets or some shit?
As in like, even though we're across the seas, we're never apart sort of vibe?
Could be. Nathan also been back in from, I think he was in Bali. So maybe that's just some sort of a Balinese thing.
Fuck, he's all chin there, isn't it? It's growing again.
Mate, he's all chin.
It's growing again. It grows.
Look at the shadow of that chin on his chest.
Oh, it's enormous.
It's huge. Immense. Next photo, please.
Kids fucking... Look at the state of the man.
Look at him, mate. He's in a knee brace, still from the grand final, shirtless, that huge,
he's got the huge panther.
Elegant tattoo there on the side.
Is it a panther?
It is a panther, yeah. Up there, holding hands. Two athletes, dude. The kids these fuckers would have. My God.
Wow. The couple were seen holding hands, laughing, chatting, and hugging at a park overlooking the water near Perth's CBD. He's in impeccable nick.
That's what? How long goes the grand final? He's a month into fucking holidays as well.
He's just having the absolute time of his life. 3 prams in the fucking...
Three prams, fucking rotator cuffs that just will not quit. Trapped out the arse, 6-pack city.
On $1 million plus a year.
$1 million plus.
Like, thanks for coming. 3 shields already.
Next big thing in Australian women's football.
Absolutely incredible footballer player.
Did we mention 1.2 million a year?
Did we mention
I don't
that?
know if we mentioned
I don't know what
that.
she's on. She'd be on good coin.
Dave, you might need to check that out.
She'll end up being on more than him, which is which is nice.
Yeah.
Modern
time.
Australia, mate.
Hey, listen, modern family.
Modern
you know
family,
what I mean?
baby, 100%. 100%. But
Definitely will.
Cleary's man enough to fucking take the back seat.
Listen, he doesn't give a fuck. Not with shoulders like that. Why would you?
No.
Why would you?
Not with cuffs like that,
No,
mate.
exactly. Plus, Ivan's a modern man. Ivan, I assume, is still prime breadwinner in the Cleary household, not Nathan included. But I still think that Ivan a modern man.
Yes, I think so. I think that's a reasonable.
He wears non-wedding rings in his 50s. He's a jewelry guy. He speaks glowingly about his wife. He's like, if I wasn't married to her, Nathan would be shit.
Yeah.
So he's a modern man, modern principle. So I don't think Nathan cares at all that Mary's going to probably quadruple him in earnings.
Well, and then some.
And then some.
You know what I mean? Like, I hear the bells of 10 mil ringing. You know what I mean? You can
Ding-a-ling-ling.
you can hear him chiming off in the distance.
Yeah.
She's still 21.
2021. Lot of
very bright
football
future.
to be played.
Well, a lot of money to be made.
Lot of moolah.
So congratulations.
Now, I can only imagine what the fuck's going on in PNG right now, knowing that their favourite daughter, Mary Fowler, now with the greatest footballer of the last fucking however many years.
And if you've been living under a rock, metaphorical or otherwise, okay, PNG's number one sport, nay, their religion, is rugby league.
Yep.
So you're talking about one of the great power couples in the Australian South Pacific region.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
In APAC.
Yeah, APAC. I mean, this is an APAC threat right now. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Everyone's worried about China. I'm worried about fucking Cleary Fowler right now, dude. This could be anything. Holy shit. Fucking hell. Look at that.
It's an APAC threat, and I don't want to hear another word about it. Fucking hell. Okay, punters, Jules, I know we said that we were going to come back to you once we'd heard from Eddy's old boy. We have heard from him, but this thing's gone way deeper and way darker and way more mysterious than we could have ever imagined. So we've actually had to take this one off, the resolution to this off podcast.
We've gone to the gram. We'll be putting something up later this morning. It's become dense.
Yeah, it's way too dense to put in. There's lots of different fucking moving parts. It's a real whiteboard
Different
thing.
timelines, a lot of moving parts. Who's telling the truth? Who's lying? Is everyone telling the truth? Is everyone lying? It needs its own home, and its home will be Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay? And it all will be
Revealed.
explained and revealed and explained.
Quickly, Eddy, we didn't get to this when, we're getting to it now because I've only just seen it, but...
So we didn't get to it, now we're getting to it.
Now we're getting to it because we didn't get to it.
But we are getting to it.
But we are getting to it because I just saw a press conference with Trell and Wighton, a couple other people. to my understanding, this wrestle they had was completely made up. Like, the cops lied to try and get a conviction, and it's now been completely dropped, and the cop was like, oh, yeah, I actually made that up.
So there wasn't a wrestle?
No. They were saying the only time it got violent was when the cops arrived.
So no one was wrestling, they were just standing there?
That's what it was saying, dude. Is that what it's saying, Dave?
So, yeah, in court yesterday, CCTV and body cam footage was produced by Wighton's lawyers showing no incident had taken place and alleging that there was no lawful basis for the exclusion order issued against Jack Wighton. The police sergeant, David Power, told the court he had seen Mr. Wighton looking angry with clenched fists and acting aggressively before he had him removed and issued with the exclusion order. Yesterday, the court viewed a series of vision that showed that Sergeant Power had not seen the altercation, which the sergeant had alleged occurred as he was out of his sight. That's from the body cam footage. But Mr. Wighton's lawyers produced footage of him at the time in question showing there was no incident. He then conceded, this is the sergeant, that the evidence in his notebook was different to his statement, but said that rather than him lying, it was his memory that let him down.
Bullshit, you fucking scumbag. Like, watch nothing happen to this prick as well. Like, oh, mate, go off. Go. Like, they'll send him back out to do his job again, making up complete and utter fucking bullshit. He should do a little bit of time in, just a couple of months.
Or just lose your job, right? Like, you're employed to be an officer, upstanding, model citizen.
That's not even enough to lose your job. Like, you've fucking broken the law as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, and you're trying to basically lie about someone to get them in trouble, which is fucked.
Which is fucked, mate. Like, ruin careers and shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. It's crook. It's really fucking crook.
It pisses me off, mate, that sort of shit. And it happens all the time. Not all the time, but it happens too regularly.
Far too often.
It happens far too regularly. For him to be like, oh, yeah, no, I lied. Is absurd.
Not in my memory.
Well,
I fucking said one thing in my notebook and then my other thing, like, bro.
You didn't remember it differently, mate. You
Jack
lied.
and fucking Trell had been on the drink and they seem to get their story straight.
No, you lied, mate. Like, let's cut the bullshit. We can all see through your little masquerade. You told a complete and utter porky. Because you saw a couple of boys there that maybe didn't like, and you're like, fuck it, let's arrest them. That's what it reeks of to me.
Stinks of it.
Anyway, lucky the boys, the truth came out for the boys.
Shout
Lucky the truth came out.
Shout out to the boys.
Because we'd said at the time, it was just a couple of men, good mates, having a little bit of a wrestle, and they had front row seats at the best show in town. Turns out there wasn't no show at all.
There wasn't even a show.
No show. Not a no-show. There was no show.
Fuck that cop.
Did I?
Dude, the way, like, Yanks, and specifically, like, celebrity Yanks, how seriously they take fucking Halloween. Yeah. Like, as in, I get Halloween dressing up and shit, but, like...
You want to just press it again, Tobler? And then...
Fucking Kendall Jenner made, like, a full Wonder Woman video. Or this chick, Maya Yama, who used to be fucking engaged to Ben Simmons. Smoke show.
Engaged to Ben Simmons?
Yeah. Look at this.
Here we go.
Like, relax, dude.
It's too much.
It's Halloween.
I didn't realize Ben Simmons had a fiance.
No, he doesn't. He did.
When?
Back when he was dogging the nation at the Olympics to fucking go and hook up at the Wimbledon.
At Wimbledon. Did he get engaged to her?
Yep.
Cool.
Really?
Yep.
Did I forget about that? Or did
Yeah, well, listen, I mean, it's not necessarily in our wheelhouse of things. Actually, that's not true. As it pertains to Australian athletes.
Sort of is.
That's sort of where we do pay attention. Because he was also with Kendall Jenner at one point.
Yeah, he was, which we were.
We were actually...
That was when he was seed sowing and oat throwing.
Yeah, it was. But that's also Kardashian curse takes another...
Dub. We're just waiting to play the dribbles, punters and dribbles.
That's all right. We can still put
that. No, we're good to go.
We can put that video in, though. I sent it to Tobler, or to one of them. Are we on?
Yep. Good to go.
How you going, boys? Just a dribble in regards to the undies in your wetsuit chat. So my old boy, he's a surfer of note, been having a go for 40 odd years, surfing since a young buck. And he, I never really acknowledged it, you know what I mean? But he wears skins in his wetsuit, not undies, just like a pair of shorter skins, if that makes sense.
What would be the point?
It's a bit interesting. I never really thought anything of it until you guys started bringing it up. Because, you know, you follow your old boy. Well, you don't follow your old boy, but you just, you know, you look at him and you don't really question it when you're a young buck. And then you get a bit older and you're like, why the fuck's this cunt wearing skins in the Weddy? So, look, I don't know if that's play on or not.
Did you ask him?
It's really troubled me a lot the last week or two, just sort of thinking about it, you know what I mean? So, undies definitely not play on. I've got a little bit of room for the skins. I think there is a place in the world for them. I don't do it personally, but look, whatever you say about it, I'm keen to show the old boy and see what he's got to say about it. But yeah, skins in the Weddy or what?
Listen,
Thanks,
we need to know why he does it for us to be able to comment on it. Because Tobler was just like, that's what you do. You wear undies in your wetsuit.
It's probably for comfort.
Okay, mate.
It wouldn't be for
durability.
Comfort. You obviously never worn a wetsuit without undies on. It's comfy as fuck.
It's like impossibly comfortable. It's almost too comfortable. You just want to stay out there all day.
Yeah.
Gonna have to give the skins a go.
Well, you just try no undies, buddy.
Are skins still with us?
I knew the guy. My next door neighbor when I was growing up, his stepdad was the skins guy. Started it.
Every motherfucker had skins. Remember if you played one game of fucking touch, you like had to have skins.
Yeah.
I never had them actually, but
I did. I got freebies, obviously.
okay, fair enough. You would have bought them anyway. They took yourself pretty seriously.
No, I wouldn't have. I never got those. I mean, because it was kind of a weird
Mate, you
thing.
cried when you played high in fucking school, like schoolboy
didn't
rugby.
cry.
Weren't you sitting on the fucking sideline
When
crying
I
and
broke
shit?
my knee, I was concussed as fuck. I was telling you that. That's what happens. Concussions, you get a bit of mosh. But like Tough Man
Skins.
Eddy here, Tough Man Eddie doesn't fucking show motion.
Bullshit. I cry in movies all the
He
time.
doesn't show motion, mate.
I'm just
Don't
saying.
cry, you fucking
I'm
pussy.
saying if you're on the sideline
Don't
crying,
cry. I fucking
playing
had a
high,
concussion.
you probably
I had
wear
a concussion. I
skins.
got
That's
me head
all I'm
knocked
saying.
off. Kid gets knocked
All
out.
I'm saying is you got a bit of skins in you.
Defending. Actually, I think I got fucking. I didn't even know I was defending. Skins though. Eddie obviously too tough. Skins. There's not a real point of them for me. I don't understand what they do.
Was there any proven athletic
benefit?
Yes, thank you. Because they maintained like better circulation and muscle
You know, it
health
was
and
bad.
shit.
You
Didn't they?
remember that fucking mass shooter in Oslo?
Yes.
That island,
The island guy.
one,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
90 people, whatever.
Yep.
He was wearing them, and he filmed like he was wearing like it was. When
Oh, full bod.
Like when you want to talk about like all time, obviously the situation was bad. I don't think I need to clarify that, but if you're a brand and the fucking one of the worst mass murderers of all time is rocking skins in his video,
That's nasty stuff.
do skins do anything?
I think they do a little bit.
Are they still with us?
So, interestingly, they filed for bankruptcy in 2019 and were then acquired by a Hong Kong-based holding company who now owns the brand. There was a bit of controversy with the series of ads that they ran in 2005 and 2006 where one of their taglines was, "We don't pay sports stars to wear our products, they pay us." And the ACCC kind of said to them, I don't think that's what's happening, boys.
Yeah, I don't think that's what's happening.
Yeah, good tagline though.
I think that's a big fat fib.
They were cool though for a moment. They were like gloves almost.
They
in
were
footy.
cool for a while, but I think that they were almost too branded eventually, you know what I mean? Like they were
Well,
a bit
because then it was just
loud.
like every other
like the
sports.
black and the yellow was a bit much.
But every other sports brand just was like, all right, we'll just make tights for dudes.
Correct.
Because it was also like tights for men. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That was the thing. It was weird. But now you see like AFL dudes. Like
Now they're super common.
I remember like it was
Like Reece
Buddy-
Walsh. Reece Walsh won't take his pink ones off.
No, like Buddy Franklin. I remember like seeing an AFL, clip or some shit. He's just at training in tights,
Yes, he often.
singlet on, just tights.
No, I respect it.
Well, you got to be a fucking hell of a man,
Well, you got to be Buddy Franklin.
Yeah.
Which he is.
He-
so he gets
so
away
he
with
actually-
it. So you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. In terms of the old man, I'm hesitant to knock him, but I've got it on good authority from professional surfers that it's a no-go.
And
it's
we've
no
been out
undies.
there,
It's
mate.
no undies. I've been out there. I've done it. Pissing into skims, into a weddy seems like,
A lot of barriers.
It's a lot of barriers for exit.
escape.
I'm going to have to side with the Blakeys on this one, mate. I'm sorry.
Close personal friend.
I don't want to knock your old man in that way, but it sounds to me like he's playing a bit of a shocker.
Yeah, with respect. You could have done slightly more work though and asked to fucking your old man why he does it.
Correct.
You said you're thinking about it for 2 weeks. You didn't think to fucking call Dad up. And
Well, you didn't think to ask him fucking. Maybe you still live with him.
Yeah.
Maybe you had dinner with him in that time.
Well, you could just call him though, right? Eddie just called his dad in Dubbo. You could have just called him.
Great point. Great point.
A lot of the sources here are saying compression garments may improve a lot of things like blood flow and stuff like that, but there's no solid research to prove these things.
Couldn't clear that with the TGA.
It was you know what it was? That time in our lives, we were starting to get a bit more experimental with our sports science stuff.
Power balance bracelets.
The internet, exactly right. That's where I was going. The internet's still new. People can't verify as easily. Power bracelets doing the damn thing. Skins out there going, you're going to shave 3 seconds off your 100-meter time. Like, it was a powerful time to be alive.
Supersuit era, swimming.
Supersuit era, Tom, thank you very much. Like that 2005, 6, 7, 8, interesting time in sports science. Lance Armstrong getting into his work. I think his last one was 2005. So around that time.
Should we do another dribble?
I thought we were doing dribbles now.
We are.
So we should, yeah.
There you go. Thanks, mate.
Perfect.
G'day, boys. I'm just hopping on here to come in and bat for a good, honest, hard-working toddler here and his pool aerobics venture. You boys are off your fucking head, because I remember back in the day I went to Fiji, went to a fucking resort. You'd get up in the morning, go for a bit of horizontal time down by the pool, couple of smoothies, bit of buffet brekkie, and then the boys would get on the loudspeaker and say, look, pool aerobics on, and then a game of probably the most intense volleyball you've ever fucking been a part of. So beforehand, you'd get into a little bit of work in the pool aerobics. Yes, you'd be surrounded by 80-year-old women, but you'd be warm and you'd be fucking ready to pound some volleyball into the fucking earth. Now, you cunts have got it twisted if Tobler can't have a little bit of fucking getting downward dog in the fucking pool. Like, honestly.
Drown if that happened, but
that's it. I've had enough.
Legend. Yeah, look, it sounds like a guy who either has been paid by Tobler, was over there with Tobler, or just a guy who was severely triggered by
there's
the mirror being held up to his face.
There's pool aerobics people out there. We know there is. That's why it exists. To clarify, there's a couple of issues. The biggest issue for me, quite frankly, is your first holiday in quite some time. You fly to Fiji, you go to sleep. The first thing you do when you get up is go and find pool aerobics. The number one thing. Probably before you'd even had a piss. It was that early. That's what concerns me. Maybe explore your surroundings. Maybe go for a swim. Maybe get the lay of the land a little bit. Nah, pool aerobics.
I am with you on the timing of it, but I'm also a flat no to pool aerobics at any point.
The only time I would...
And I respect Tobler for doing it. We said this on this podcast, podcast. Tobler taking life by the balls and squeezing every drop of it out of life, you know what I mean? Pool aerobics, sure. But you would never, ever, ever, ever see me doing pool aerobics. And that's a me thing.
Would you do it, as we discussed last week, or maybe it was Monday, must have been, would you do it if it was a family affair deep into the trip?
No.
Think you would?
No. But again...
Whole family's doing it. All your cousins and shit, and you're just going to go, no, I'm too cool?
No.
I think you'd have to do it.
If you're doing it as a joke, you can do heaps of dumb shit as a joke. But Tobler, from the reports From what I gleaned from Tobler's puka shell necklace when he arrived in the studio on Monday...
Bulla.
He was not doing that as a lol. He was, and from the smile on his face when he was bouncing around, he was loving it.
Such a good time, boys. I'm telling you, Eddie, you would have loved it the most. At the end of each class, we'd finish with the cool down, where you've got your
You're
arms.
in a fucking pool.
You've got your arms at the side, and then My Heart will go on. Comes on the stereo, bit of Titanic for the cool down, and you're like putting your arms around like this. I thought of you when I was doing it. I said, Eddie would love this so much. I wish he was here.
So,
That's powerful stuff. Can I ask you, Tobler, like how much Fijian were you dropping when you were over there?
Oh, so much. Well, like,
Give us a couple of words.
Vinakavaka levu, which is just thank you very much. It was that and bulla
Yep.
and just a lot of that. So it was bulla,
hello and thanks a lot, and like just heaps more of that.
Vinakavaka levu, and just that all day. Every time you walk past someone, bulla vinaka, Vinakavaka levu. Fiji gold, please.
You are too cute, Tobler. I hope you know that, mate.
Cute as they come.
Cute as a button.
Cute as a button.
Jury's out on water aerobics.
Well, it's not out. The jury's come
Don't
back,
notice
and
he
it's
tried.
unanimous. All fucking 12 jurors vote in favour of locking you up if you do it. Let's move on.
Tom, Eddie, Hunters, and the Dribbles. What's wrong with being 39 and having a nose piercing? Yes, I'm on the train. Yes, I'm going home after... no, don't worry about it.
Okay. So did he say what's wrong with being 39 and having a nose ring?
And then he was on the train, and then he's gone, and he's bailed out of it.
Yeah, he bailed
But the
out.
problem is you can't bail out once you've started.
Well,
mate.
because it's already there.
Well, you've begun.
Yeah.
Your journey's begun.
I'm
going to take that as a comment or statement rather around why can't 39-year-old men have nose rings?
No, listen. What I'd say about this is, and this is not a statement about the occupation itself, more just where you are most likely to see nose rings on men, and that's probably in a Western hospitality venue. If you're using
like
Sydney.
a brewery.
Like a brewery, like a dive bar. You know, he was on his way home probably from fucking selling mulled wine. You know what I mean?
Would it be a start or a loop?
Now it's a great question. If he sells mulled wine, it's a loop. If it's a stud, he could also be he may have a trade of some sort and surf. Like he could be a shy
39 though.
Cronulla.
I'm sure you see plenty of that. You see plenty of that in your 20s. 39's getting on.
Yeah, it is.
You don't see it as much.
I don't know if you got a stud. I don't know who has a stud at 39. Maybe he's a skateboarder. You know, extreme sporty sort of shit.
Potentially.
Listen, dude. What do we know? You live your life. It's fucking water aerobics for the nose. You know, like just.
Yeah, and the jury's come back.
And listen, we're the jury. We're just a couple of dumb jurors. You know what I mean? Like you don't need to listen to our verdict.
I don't want you to take out your nose ring if you really like it.
I think Danny Exotic might have been taken out his after we ripped on him.
He's taking it out.
I think he might. But you know what, Danny? Probably time to grow up, mate.
Again, if you feel compelled to wear a nose ring or nose stud, that's your own choice.
It is, and you got to live with it.
You've made your bed.
Yeah.
Now you must lie in it.
You got to own your decisions, right? Like we all must.
But own your look.
Yeah.
Own your vibe.
Yeah.
Own your truth.
Yeah.
And if your truth is nose stud at 39, then
Male.
Male, yeah, penis sort of stuff.
Penis work.
Then, we're on different paths, you and I.
Personal choices. This is a personal choice podcast. We're pro personal choices here.
We're also pro freedom.
We're pro choice. We're pro freedom.
Yeah. Correct.
Yeah. But sorry that your fucking dribble still got through. You didn't think it would, did you? Because he just hung up. He's thinking, they won't play this.
Good selecting, Dave. I like to keep people accountable.
Yeah.
You got to call up. Again, we've been over this before. We probably haven't reiterated it for quite a while, but this is the bright lights.
Yeah.
The dribbler hotline. I mean, this is the pros, right? So you got to come ready or you risk you fuck up getting aired.
Yep.
Hey, boys. First time dribbler here. It's Friday Arvo. Just popped this fucking big day rosé. Sipping it straight out of the bottle. Just moved in because, fucking got no wine glasses and whatnot.
Nice, bro.
Following up on the surfing video that you guys did, props, by the way. Absolutely love to see more surfing content. Bodyboarder of 12 years here, just want to squash this fucking underwear in the wetsuit dribble. I do it all the time. You guys have never surfed like 3 hours plus in freezing cold water. I tell you right now, ball sack on the wetsuit, it's like fucking sandpaper, okay? So, I don't know. It's just fucking, it's torture. Like, I'll do it every now and then, bare naked, but undies are the way to go. Again, you can rip on me for being a bodyboarder. Our dicks are too heavy. That's why we lay down. Undies in the wetsuit forever. Manly, 13 plus. Also forever. Cheers, boys.
There you go. I like that. Manly fan. I'm not going to go too hard on
Listen,
you, buddy,
love
but-
the man. Look, I think that we all need to be aware of the correlation between the bodyboarding and the undies. I think there's no point ignoring that.
Are you a bodyboarder, Tobler?
I have previously, but, haven't we all grown up?
It's starting to
No, see, I was a boogie boarder, which is I'm a child and I'm given a board because I can't, you know what I mean? But I was never I never rode waves. That's like something you have in a pool. Maybe you take to a beach. But to be a bodyboarder is to choose not to surf.
But if it's pumping like 6 foot down at Longy, or DY Point, I'm not taking the board out. I'll take the bodyboard out and because I'm not too confident.
So you're
big swell.
We fucking uncovered that so easily.
Tobler's
a bodyboarder.
He made a great point about having a sensitive sack, though. I think that comes in.
Well,
you never said that once, buddy. You've never once mentioned the sack. But
this is all starting to get, you're scrambling. You're scrambling.
Barely.
You're struggling to keep above water here, mate. And the facts are the facts. You're a bodyboarder, and that's why you wear undies. Like our Manly fan friend. There's a correlation there, strong as fuck. Bodyboarders wear undies. Now, in terms of the sandpaper yarn, try get a better wetty, maybe like a fucking Billabong one.
Maybe you got a bad wetty.
Because I tell you what, ours is, it's like really, padded's not the right word. It's like very comfy material.
Yeah, well, listen, I honestly come out of the fucking surf, obviously never stood up on a wave, very hard for me to have too much of an input here, but I've never come out of the surf without my nuts feeling almost smoother than when I went in. Such is the softness of my wetsuit.
Yeah, I've come out of the surf on both occasions and had no awareness of my genitalia, which is pretty much how I live my life.
Make of that what you will.
But you know what I mean?
No,
you're not aware of them unless you get one, like an NRB or something.
Yeah, or a whack to the sack.
Or a wax, yeah.
Bit of an ache.
Yeah.
That's probably it. So, listen, all you've really done there is come and tell us you're a bodyboarder, which is fine. Bodyboarding's still cool, but that's why you're wearing undies. And Tobler also now confirmed bodyboarder. Just a couple of surfers here. Technically 1.5, but whatever.
G'day, punters, dribblers. It's the Sherlock Holmes dribbler here. I'm just calling in regarding Danny Exotic's call from last week. And I think the main point of his call was actually overlooked about how his calls weren't actually making it onto the show because Dior's been slacking. I think the voice of the dribbler has been lost over time, and I'm here to sort of give that back to the OG punter and dribbler, sort of be a voice for them. So I guess I'm just calling, all the OGs, Neil So, Danny, I need you again, Ironside, and obviously Sleepy D, if you're out there, because I know you're listening. Even Big Tasty if you're feeling it. Okay. And also, I've got a fun fact here. Louis the Cat, the official cat of the podcast, his debut was episode 123. So, cheers, boys.
Shout out to Sherlock Holmes dribbler. I like where that dribbler's head's at. He's calling for a reunion of sorts.
Yeah.
He's calling on all the big dicks, all the heavy hitters in the dribbler hotline stakes to call in and...
Like Armageddon when they're getting all the gang back together to go and blow up that asteroid.
It's about getting the gang back together. Yeah. Except in Armageddon, not a whole lot of time had passed. Whereas in this case, there's been years. I'm also going to throw out a couple more. King Dribbler.
Yeah.
We have not heard from him for ages.
Mate, one of the all-time... Did he just get his baggy green for being, for listening to every single episode of
For loyalty. There's 2 loyalty greens.
Yeah. One of them... No, I won't say it. I won't say it.
2 loyalty greens. Yeah. One... is King Dribbler, who hasn't called in for, I'm going to say, 2 years.
Yeah.
At least, which is fucking piss poor. Let's be honest. Piss poor. Big Tasty and the Tasty Boys? Sure.
I mean, I don't know whether they ever call back. A few, like Ghosty. One of them.
No, Ghosty called in.
Ghosty's a baggy green member.
Well, not Ghosty. One of them called in was cut because they weren't mentioned Fumes, maybe.
Yeah, so was it Guava Lover, Ghosty, Fumes?
Someone was like, you forgot about me. Yeah, I can't remember who that was.
I think Ghosty's a baggy green member, though. I think he got us the Manly golf bags.
Get a green for that.
Fucking oath he did.
Yeah. Well, I just forget, Tom.
Yeah, no, I forget. I got no idea. We should really...
Have we got a list on what they did?
Nah, we've asked for it.
How many times do we need to ask?
I don't know.
That's the problem around here, is that we ask for things
and then just
and
no
they
one
don't
says
happen.
anything when it doesn't happen.
Like, how do we... Is it about asking more?
Do we have to ask like 1,000 times?
1,001.
Well, we've been over that.
Well, you know what they say. If you want a job done right, you got to do it yourself.
Well, or you pay people to do it.
Yes. Or you start docking pay when jobs aren't completed.
Yeah.
Listen, that's an internal issue.
Nah, that is. We'll get that on the whiteboard.
Yeah, a reunion. I fucking love that.
The Hitman hasn't called in a while?
Hitman, he's gone. He's disappeared.
Dot point dribbler.
The dot point dribbler. Fucking jelly shot kid.
Yeah.
Who we do see around the traps every once in a while.
Yeah, he ran the marathon.
Yeah, he
Ran the
did.
marathon.
Good to
JSK.
see him. The dot point dribbler. We got a call from the holiday dribbler recently, which is fucking
That
good
was
for the
nice.
sales. So he's left. He's off the hook.
He got roots because of Bracey.
He did. He's off the hook for now. I'd be forgetting shitloads. I don't know where Sleepy D's gone.
He came back recently.
Nah, that was like a year ago.
Nah, dude, he came back this year, 100%. 100%. Sitting in this chair.
Are you sure that
We've been
wasn't
in these chairs for quite a while?
the Sherlock Holmes dribbler who replayed the first appearance?
I'm pretty sure he was earlier this year.
Yeah, I think so too. Anyway, listen, Sherlock Holmes, you can fucking work that one out for us, bruh.
But have you been, so just to tie things off here, have you been ignoring?
I have not. I listened to every dribble. There's maybe a chance that Danny Exotic might have not had one of his played because they
Danny's,
can be...
Sometimes when Danny... We know Danny.
I was just
Danny's,
double checking that sometimes Danny's can be a bit, how you go?
Yeah, but I'm still not sure if I have ignored one of his.
Given the fact... You definitely would have. Given the fact that what we heard from him last week or the other day, whenever it was one that got through, you can only imagine what the fuck gets cut, right?
We used to listen to all of them, Tom and I, and some of the shit we would get sent was fucking outrageous.
I would often listen to them twice because I would vet some of them and then I would listen to them when we played them on the show.
Remember,
but early doors, I think we just fucking played and didn't know what was coming.
There was a bloke that gave us the play-by-play on the hand job he got. Remember that?
I don't remember that. Find that. Find us that one, Sherlock Holmes.
He paid for it.
I do remember that. Did we even put that one in?
No, we didn't.
Yeah, okay.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, okay. They'd all be saved, wouldn't they? Oh, no, we'd delete them. There's no way they'd be stored anywhere, would they?
Well,
why wouldn't they be? We don't delete them.
No, they might be archived, but once they're played, they get unstarred.
No,
yeah, but they're not deleted.
that.
Yeah, no, I don't think they would be.
Unless so they'll be in the email.
Maybe.
They'd be in the email.
Unless we went and deleted them all. Like
no
after
way. I haven't deleted them. I don't think.
Who the fuck knows? Let's go. Shout out to Louis the cat. Still a cat. Still doing the damn thing. I had a good
Tom,
with him this morning.
Eddy, Deal, Tobler, who may or may not still be on vacation, doing some aqua aqua yoga, whatever you want to call it. I was getting into my dribble and yarn tonight over some tomahawk steaks and some nice red wine. Anyway, not important, but important. We're talking about how long could we survive on a desert island. And I was just wondering, how long could Tom and Eddy survive on a desert island together? And how long could Tobler and Dior survive on a desert island? Given you have survival essentials, you have a knife each and a lighter, let's say, how long do you think you could survive on this desert island? Yeah. Figure it out. Make your own rules. Not too harsh, not too fair. But, yeah, you know, I'd love to know. It just stays in my mind all the time. Anyway, hoorah. See you in a bit.
If you and I had a knife and lighters, we would fucking live for the rest of our lives. We would live out our days on that island. These two would be dead inside a month.
Mate.
Desert island.
Now, is that desert or deserted?
No.
I think is what he more means. Like, unless it was just said,
Is he saying, is it as a deserted island or is it desert island?
I think he means
because he's saying desert.
I know. Well, desert, we're all fucked.
Well, because if it's a desert island, then there's nothing to eat, so you'd have to fish, but there's no water, and I don't know how to desalinate with my hands.
Well, there's no.
I think there are some tricks of the trade
to desalinate with your hands.
Not with your hands, but with without a desalination machine.
Well, yeah, isn't it like
it's like evaporation and shit.
Isn't it like when you burn the water up, like you boil water up, and like when it evaporates, if there's something above it and it's like on a leaf, and then it will roll
like
back
a
down.
leaf. Yeah.
So we could survive.
So we've survived.
We've already worked it out. We've survived that. That's
which you two dickheads didn't know.
We would have built a desalination machine by that time.
So that's just a dumb answer though, right?
Would you have, dickhead? And how would you have powered it?
Yeah,
with the lighter.
Okay, right. See, listen.
I think you forget that Dave's a bonghead. So bonghead, like
die first.
Economics.
Die first.
No, not even. They're like almost engineers.
Yeah.
You just said you'd make a desalination
because you can make like your own fucking bong out of a Gatorade bottle. Like,
not a Gatorade. I could make it out of a piece of bamboo I find on.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. You'd be sitting there getting high. If there was even weed on there, and if there wasn't, you'd just be wigging out.
I'd be smoking whatever I could find.
Yeah. So they'd be fucked.
We'd be fine.
We've already worked out how to desalinate water.
We would be great.
We've desalinated water, and we just so happen to be elite fishermen. Yeah. So problem solved.
Done. We win. But if it's just a deserted island, I'm sorry, I'm living off coconuts and fucking fresh fish and water and whatever else. I'm living.
You've also given us a lighter, which was like
easy.
Because I can use the lighter to get a fire going whilst I work out how to make fire without the use of the lighter, because that will eventually run out. So like I'm
steps ahead of the game.
I'm so far ahead of the game, it's shocking. Like obviously in Castaway at the start, he couldn't fucking make a fire for a while. He's living off fucking coconuts. Not my problem, because I've already got a fire going because I've got a lighter. And you know what? I might keep that fire going in the cave, continually going.
Like
forever.
the Olympic flame.
Like the Olympic flame, never go out, because when there's flame, there's hope, Tom.
Yeah. Whereas these guys would use the lighter, it'd run out, then they'd die.
He'd use it on bongs, and that's it.
That's it.
And he wouldn't have the forethought,
to learn
the vision to learn whilst he's still got flame.
No, because he'd be stoned the whole time.
You have no idea. The first thing I would do with the lighter would obviously take care of myself, but then...
Yeah, not Tobler. There you go. They're already fucking in fire.
Well, Tobler can have a bong if he wants. But obviously, then
I reckon Tobler would kill you.
I was just about to say, Dave, I don't know how long you'd last before I eat you, mate.
Tobler would stab him in the night and then just fucking roast him.
I reckon you got about 6 days before you get roasted up. Not much meat on your bones.
If you use the lighter to just smoke bongs and we're out of it,
But no, as Eddie said, I'll take it a step further than Eddie. We start the fire goes continuously. Once that fire is lit, you also have a master stock.
That was my idea.
Yeah, no. I'm taking it further, because obviously I thought of that as well. That's pretty basic. You put a pot on, you start throwing some herbs.
Where are you getting the pot?
You can find. You make a pot.
Okay,
it's easy.
Out of what?
Sticks and leaves.
Yeah,
and
bamboo and seaweed.
Oh,
sealing
okay,
the water
bamboo
in.
and seaweed. Yeah, to seal the water.
Sealing the water in. That's what indigenous people used to use to carry water. Seaweed
I'm
bags
sure
that
they
made.
did, and I'm sure they were really fucking good at it.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how well you would be.
See, you didn't even know that.
But would they put the seaweed to flame?
Yeah,
well,
that's exactly to get burnt.
It might be.
They used to carry water. They used to cook with. I doubt it.
See, you don't even know. That's the thing.
Well, you certainly don't.
I
do. I'm not using that as my example, because you know what I've got? Continuous flame. I've just fucking killed
Listen,
a pig.
I don't think you're making stews and shit, dude.
No.
I'll be making a master stock, and that'll just keep running, and we can keep using that for whatever we want.
Yum. Sounds delicious.
There you go.
Sounds like you two dickheads are dead. Or Tobler's fucking guilty of cannibalism.
Yeah.
One of the two. You choose.
I would happily give my life to see the survival of my friend Tobler.
Oh, that's beautiful. You'll live on forever, Dave.
That's the biggest crock of shit I've ever heard.
It is.
Push came to
Tobler
shove.
will be pooing you out in fucking 24 hours. That's how you'll live on. Tobler's turds. All right, let's do one more.
Boys, I've just been listening to episode 562, Emotional Castration, and it's around the taking of dumps and blowing the fuck out of toilets. I'm a council worker. I look after services, all your types of services, air cons, electrical, cleaning, blah, blah, fucking blah. And the amount of messages and phone calls and emails I get daily, every morning when I log into my little hot seat, is mind-blowing. I, without fail, 10 to a dozen a day from our cleaners complaining of how the public absolutely blow the fuck out of public toilets. Anything from taking a dump in front of the toilet to bending over and just blasting shit everywhere. It is the kryptonite that all you ratepayers are fucking paying for, to then have to spend money out of your own hard-working pockets to then cleaners to then go back in and then clean up after the public's fucking selves. So, yeah, pretty fucking grotty, but it fucking happens every day. So, yeah. It's the council dribbler out. Be you soon.
It's got to be some sort of condition, doesn't it?
I don't know, dude. You know, sometimes you're in a toilet, like a public toilet, and you'll hear, or not even a public toilet, it could be even a work toilet. I reckon some of the most fucking abhorrent noises I've ever heard in my life are in like a workplace bathroom on like a Monday morning. But like, it sounds where you're like, I've never fucking made that sound taking a shit. I don't understand how it happens.
Yeah, if you have shitting in a workplace where you've got full audio insight into what's happening next door is an interesting experience, because you realise that the people that operate on a different level, a different plane. They have routines that, you know, aren't necessarily aligned with yours. Like, you know, I sit next to blokes that'll wipe for 20, 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just continual wiping to the point where you go, you've clogged the toilet, mate. There's just no doubt about it. You hear blokes that make sounds that, you know, would turn their hairs up on Satan himself. Like, it's fucking ungodly behaviour. Yeah. So from that perspective, I'm with you, Tom, but I do hear what he's saying as well, where it sometimes you walk in and there's shit everywhere. Like someone's made a decision to shit where they shouldn't.
But what I wonder
I think that's in condition.
Well, you think it's someone who's just got a problem?
Well, it's just like, you know, like people that like to light fires.
Firebugs.
There's people that like to shit.
Poo bugs.
All over the place. Poo bugs.
I get that. Like, I wonder though whether it's like like if you were concerned about sitting on a public toilet,
you just sit on the fucking ground.
No. You just sort of like just half bend over there and just explode it and go, fuck it. Like, isn't it like thoughtlessness? Or, you know, where it's like, I don't care about that someone's got to clean this. I'm like passing through this fucking public toilet. I'll never be back here. And I don't want to sit on this thing because it's grotty. Because I have the feeling of grottiness. I just lay paper everywhere.
Yeah, you can lay paper if you've got that feeling. If you're that sort
I know, but I'm saying I wonder whether some people just go, fuck it. I'm not saying it's play on punters and dribblers, but I am merely.
I think to shit all over the floor and all over the back of the toilet and all over the rim and shit because you don't want to sit down is far more foul than the act itself.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? Like, you've got your priorities all wrong.
We're on the same page there.
That'd be like driving to Melbourne to save 2 cents on fuel. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're on the same page there. I liked your little Melbourne analogy there.
Thank you.
Are we done?
We are. See you later.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Could you two just not talk anymore?